All right, here we go, ladies and gents. Let me plug the joint right quick. Corey Holcomb does the unthinkable. The truth about dating women. Okay, again, what are we talking about? The truth about dating women. Corey Holcomb does the unthinkable. In just a brief moment, I'm going to share with you a clip, right? It's basically Corey Holcomb talking about dealing with women, dating women, right? And he says some things that, in my opinion, are very unmanly, right? The way that he speaks is in such a way that men should never, ever speak the way that he's speaking, ever, for any reason. Again, Corey Holcomb does the unthinkable. Excuse me, Corey Holcomb does the unthinkable. The truth about dating women. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay, before we get into this, let me just tell you guys this right now. In life, in every aspect of life, not just with women, but in every aspect of life, career, business, in every aspect of life, there will always be people who seem to have it better than you. Always. Right? Let's bring it back to dating women or dealing with women. There will always be somebody that appears to have a dating life that some people might envy. Me personally, I don't envy anybody, right? I don't envy anybody, right? There might be a guy who has a roster of 10 women. I don't have a roster of 10 women. I have a couple of women I'm dealing with, but I don't have a roster of 10 women. But I'm also not envious as to what's going on with the next man. That's none of my business, right? And let me just say this for all you guys listening. If you want a particular dating experience, whether you're dealing with one woman or many women, it's incumbent upon you to get some game about you. You have to get some game about you so you can learn how to navigate the world of dating and relationships. And that's the problem with a lot of guys is they haven't mastered themselves, first and foremost. Right? You have to go on a journey of self-discovery and find out who you are. And you have to be realistic, not only about who you are, right, as a man when it comes to your identity, right? You have to be realistic about where you're at, right? So when I say where you're at, what I mean by that is when you're out here, you dealing with women, you have to be realistic as to how women are actually viewing you, how women actually show up when it comes to dealing with you. And if you don't like it, then you have to make the necessary changes. One thing you cannot do, okay, and I've said this before, you cannot complain your way to success. You cannot complain your way to success. That's not the way it works. Okay, and let me just say this real quick as well before we get into this clip. This is what guys need to understand. Getting on the internet, getting on these social media platforms and venting about your feelings when it comes to your experiences with women, right? Or lack thereof in some cases. That's not going to help you. That will never help you. Complaining about what women do, right? That will never help you. Okay, all you're doing is moving yourself further and further away from the type of dating experiences you want. Okay, you got to get some game about you, right? But first, you have to set aside your ego, humble yourself, right? Come with an empty cup so that way your cup can be filled with knowledge and wisdom you don't yet possess. And then you will see your dating life start to turn for the better. But let's go ahead and get into this clip, y'all. Let me go ahead and get this music real quick. All right, let me get this clip, and we're going to get off into this. Real quick, Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.
I want to talk about this shit that's happening out here in this unfair ass world, man, in the world of women. I want to let you women know it's very unfair that you work one dude out of everything he got, but be fucking with other motherfuckers. If you are taking from men, you supposed to take from all the men you got. It's not fair if the one nigga doing good do so much shit and the other niggas get the same pussy he getting for literally nothing. I don't think that's fair. I feel like bitches need to be honest about how many dicks they taking in, give all the dudes each other number, and we all come up with a number that's fair to fuck the hoe.
So, so here we go, man. Let me look. Check this out. Men fall victim to their own delusions every single day. Men fall victim to their own delusions every single day. Zach, what do you mean by that? You know, I'm going to do a video. I might do a live stream, but it's probably going to be on the Patreon or the channel membership, right? Because I'm going to break down the sexual hierarchy, right? And when I break down the sexual hierarchy, I'm going to also include guys who believe the philosophy of being a high value man, whatever the fuck that means, right? And speaking of quote unquote being a high value man, let me just point this out. Corey Holcomb, his net worth is a couple of $1 million. So he's worth a couple of million, right? Some might say that he has a little bit of clout, a little bit of status because people know who he is, right? He's a millionaire, you know, allegedly. And as you heard him speak, he is obviously having trouble with women. And that's the delusion of most men out here. They think, oh, if I get my life together, if I become successful financially, whether it's career-wise or being an entrepreneur or being some type of entertainer or whatever it is, they think automatically their dating life is going to improve. Let me tell you what will happen for some guys, right? When you get to the bag, when you get to the money, right? You will have women who will deal with you who otherwise would not have never dealt with you. Okay, let me run that back. I want guys to understand. When you get to the bag, when you get some money, when you acquire material possessions, jewelry, name brand clothes, cars, homes, right? Whatever it is, right? You're going to have women who are willing to deal with you now, but they weren't willing to deal with you before you acquired the wealth, before you got to the bag. And when I speak on sexual hierarchy, I'm going to speak to that because what guys have to understand is that a woman's desire to want to have sex with you on the strength of her viewing you as a guy who is sexually desirable has nothing to do with status, clout, or money. It has nothing to do with that. And the cardinal sin that most guys tend to fall victim to is they think that having resources or being quote unquote a high value man, that equates to sexual desirability. No, it doesn't, right? All you really did was put yourself in position to barter with women. Now, if you pay attention to what Corey said towards the end of this video, what did he say? All men need to get together and they need to come to some type of happy median where they basically having a what's it called? I can't think of the word. A raffle. They're having a raffle for the bitch, right? Basically saying, I got this amount of money. You got how much money? Okay. She's gonna go to the highest bidder. And when she goes to the highest bidder, that guy is gonna get all the type of treatment that he believes he deserves because he won the bitch out, because he's willing to pay top dollar for that woman's affection. Right? That's not the way it works in the real world. Now, you can barter with women, right? You can use your resources to acquire sexual favors from women who otherwise never would have had sex with you if you didn't have those resources, right? I need guys to understand this, right? So when we talk about the sexual hierarchy, and again, I'm going to do a live stream or a pre-recorded video either on the Patreon or the channel membership where I really, really break that down. And I break down basically the pecking order. And this is what a lot of guys don't understand. Okay, give me just a second. Let me take a swig of this shit. This is what guys have to understand. A lot of guys think the pecking order when it comes to attracting women, they think the pecking order starts with money. And that's your mistake. No, it doesn't. The pecking order when it comes to sexual hierarchy starts with men who have game, who have masculine sex appeal. Okay, let me say that shit again. When it comes to the sexual hierarchy, when it comes to the pecking order of a man's ability to get the women that he's attracted to, where they're also attracted to him, right? Men with game who have sex appeal will always have what they desire when it comes to dating, with or without money. When I say with or without money, I'm not necessarily saying that they're broke. In some cases, they may be. But when I say with or without money, what I'm saying is you don't have to use your money. You don't have to spend your money like that. Because women who are sexually attracted to you, they don't require those men to spend money on them. And in many cases, they don't even require that you have any money like that. And this is what guys have to understand. What was Corey saying? He was talking about it's unfair. A man should never speak like that. So when I say Corey Holcomb does the unthinkable, he has the unmitigated gall, the audacity of this crybaby ass dude to get online and talk about life is unfair. Here's the reality of it. And this is with anything in life. What you get out of life is what you put into it. What you get out of the dating game is what you put into it. If you're out here dealing with these women and you ain't got no game about you, you gonna feel it. You're gonna feel like life is unfair. You're gonna feel like it's unfair that I work my ass off in business or in my career to get to the point where I'm financially successful and I have financial freedom, only for the same chick that I'm spending all this money on, only for her to fuck a broke nigga, which is what Corey is complaining about. He's basically saying all the nigga that do all the good shit, the good nigga. No, you the bitch nigga. You're not the good nigga. You are the bitch nigga. Because you falsely believe that if you cut for this broad, if you spoil this broad, if you go above and beyond the Call of Duty and you out here saving these bitches, that by virtue of that, you're going to get the sex you want, you're going to get the respect you want, you're going to get the submission that you want. Women do not submit to money. Women cooperate when it comes to money. Now, what I just said, women do not submit to money. Women will cooperate to one degree or another, right? If you are compensating them for their time and for access to them sexually, and you're using your resources to compensate them with, they will cooperate to one degree or another, but they're not actually submitting to you. Case in point, y'all saw the viral video of the lady who basically divorced her husband because he lost his job. And she basically said, if I'm going to help pay the bills, you got to pay me back. And what did she say? Right? This woman is the mother of 3. She basically said, the men that I am and that most women are sexually attracted to, they don't have to come with nothing but dick. But if we ain't feeling you and we think that you are a simp, you got to pay what you weigh. You got to come to the table with the resources. Right? You got to pay what you weigh, man. You got to come with the bag. You have to be a provider, 100%. Now, being a provider is way more than just money. But when women aren't really feeling you like that and they're only fucking with you because of the money, you have to pay most, if not all, of the bills. They're not going to fuck with you. And this is what guys don't understand. When we talk about the truth about dating women, women will always categorize men. Men that they are sexually attracted to are over here. Okay, let me say that shit again. When you are the type of man where you have masculine sex appeal and women gravitate to you sexually, especially if you have game. Because here's the thing. If you have sex appeal but no game, you can still get played. Just because a woman sexually desires you doesn't mean you won't get got. And the moment that she sees, because you can have sex appeal, but if a woman sees that you are controlled by pussy, it's game over for you. And then what she's going to do, in some cases, if she's an opportunistic woman, she's going to set out to play you. Because she sees, yeah, he has sex appeal. I want to fuck him, but I don't respect him. Right? Look at how he's acting. He's way too enamored by my beauty. He's easily controlled with sex. Right? That's why it's important for you to have game, even if you have sex appeal. But let me say this about game. Part of you being appealing to women sexually is because you do have game. You stand head and shoulders above everybody else. You even stand head and shoulders above men who have way more money than you. And this is what guys don't understand. When I say men fall victim to their own delusions every day, let's look at the passport bros. Right? They really think they're winning. Right? They go overseas. They basically playing Captain Save-A-Ho to a bunch of impoverished bitches, and they think that they're winning. Why do they think that they're winning? Because they're getting sex. But how much money are they spending to not only get to those countries, but for their stay? And then the money that they're spending, or in some cases just giving a woman for access to her. They think, oh, she's domesticated, she's cooking and cleaning, but it's costing you money to get her to do that. You basically got an employee. This is what a lot of guys don't understand. When a woman is using you for your money and you're getting some ass out of it, you're getting some companionship out of it, yeah, she might be cooking and cleaning, but you're paying her a stipend to do that. You're literally leasing a woman. You're leasing or renting a girlfriend. And in some cases, if she becomes your wife, she might as well be a mail order bride because you're leasing or renting that woman. Because the only reason she's dealing with you is because you're coming off the money. But when you got some game about you, she coming off the money. Hashtag her debit card works too. Guys, I need guys to understand something. Here's the reality of dating. And guys need to understand this and get this through your motherfucking head. Women will never treat all men the same. Do you treat all women the same? No, you don't. What do you hear guys say all the time? Oh man, if she got a high body count, she's just for recreational use. Oh man, if I meet her at a bar and club, or at a bar or a club, and I fuck the first night, oh, she's just for recreational use. Oh, she's a single mother. She's just for recreational use. She ain't wifey. So guys are literally picking and choosing who they believe wifey is from who they believe women are when it comes to just recreational use only. So you're categorizing women. You don't treat all women the same. I do. I treat all women the same. Any woman that I meet, she's going into the fuck buddy category. Period. Period. I don't separate women based on how they look. I don't even separate women based on what they're doing for me. Right? At the end of the day, if I'm going to categorize women, it's going to be after I've been dealing with women for a significant period of time or an extended period of time. And based on what role that I assign her to in my life, I'm going to treat them differently based on the role that I have them playing in my life. But whatever role that they're playing in my life, they have to earn their way to that role. I don't just give women shit because they're beautiful or because I desire them sexually. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of guys do. You categorize women by your desire to want to fuck them. Oh man, she's so bad, I gotta have it. So automatically, you're elevating that woman to a role in your life that she doesn't deserve, that she's unworthy of. And then when you get played and you realize another guy is fucking her and didn't do a quarter of the shit that you did, he ain't spend no money, he getting a pussy, no problems. It's taking you a month or two to fuck shorty after multiple dates, and you realize, damn, not only is this nigga, fucking her on a regular basis and he ain't never taken her out, but he fucked her the day that he met her. Not only that, this nigga is having threesomes with her and one of her friends. And I can't even get this shit to suck my dick. But yet she's having threesomes with this other guy. And both of them are sucking his dick. And it bees like that. It goes down like that. Let me tell the story and I'm about to be out. Okay, I told a story a couple years back where this one guy was talking about what his ex-girlfriend did. So basically, he's in a relationship with this woman. He wants a threesome. She refuses to give him the threesome. She basically acted like, oh, no, we're never going to do that. She acted like it was something that she was never into and that she would never do with him. Only for him to find out later that his girlfriend was cheating. Not only was she cheating, but she was cheating with a couple. So she basically met this guy and this girl who were boyfriend and girlfriend, and she's having sex with the both of them. She's having threesomes with a whole nother couple. Why? Because that woman categorized her man as the type of guy she would never want to explore the depths of her sexuality with. But here she meets this man that's in a whole nother relationship, and she's willing to explore the depths of her sexuality with a man she just met. But she wasn't going to do that with her boyfriend. Why? Sexual hierarchy. There's a pecking order when it comes to women and sex and how they view you and how they deal with you where sex is concerned. And it has nothing to do with money. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, get your motherfucking mind right. Get this game. Hop on the Patreon, the channel membership. Look under the videos that I drop and the live streams in the description. There's a link for coaching. Some of y'all need it. I got you. Peace.